to the Nikki and Carley show, everybody. Great to be back. We're excited.
Week before Christmas, got a lot going on, so thanks for bearing with us coming on a Monday night.
Yes,
So,
yes. We've been very busy, especially Nicole, and we have many stories to tell of this. So it should be fun. Good night.
yeah, okay. So, this week has been crazy. I've been at different parties and cookies exchange and formals, all kinds of fun stuff. So, I've had a lot of fun. But so, and I've got to do it with my daughter, which has been super cool because we got to shop for everything and I mean, it just spend time together. But it's a mess. Like when we get together and we're creative, it's a hot mess. So right now I have a hot cocoa bar. It looks like I shaved a Yeti in my living room. There's fuzz, like that white hair.
Yeah,
Huh?
because you did the Yeti,
Yeah, we
uh,
did.
the project with the Yeti, the actual
Yeah,
Yeti. So that's why.
yeah, with the fur. So, and when you cut the fur, it doesn't cut even. So the fur is literally everywhere. The dog is like, it's not me. Like, I don't, that's not me. I was drinking coffee this morning, pulling fur out of my mouth. I'm like, oh gosh. But that was the cookie exchange. And we get invited to this cookie exchange. And my friend lives in the most fantastic house you've ever seen. It's this like Victorian. It looks like a doll house, like the old doll houses with the
Yes.
wraparound porch and the peaks and the oh man, a stained glass windows. It has woodworking all throughout. It's
Mm.
unbelievable. I mean, the house itself is a showstopper. And then I think she puts up 15 trees. And yeah, and
I
garland.
haven't owned that many in my whole life.
I mean, like one room is all nutcracker. So like the whole wall, the whole entertainment center is all nutcrackers, and then one whole room is just antique Santas. So just like cookie jars and statues, and I mean it's like you're in a museum or like a Christmas store. It's
Yeah.
unbelievable. Like it's so beautiful. She uses real like Christmas fur like around the mirrors and the glass in in the bathroom. I'm like, wow, I have to really step up my game. Oh, I
You
didn't tell you this. This was so funny. So she did this game, and of course you play games at the party, and it's kind of a big deal to be invited. Like I feel super honored to be invited. Um, but they play games. So one of the games she had were these little cards, and on the cards they would say something like I don't. I don't even know now. I'm like on the spot, but it was like mistletoes. It was like something cute. And so she had a scavenger hunt, and there was 10 of them. And you had to go around the house and find these cards. So she had them scattered like in a tree and on a mantle and on the island, whatever. So you had to
Mm.
go around and find them and write them down and where you found them. And I was like, there is no way in hell I'm doing a scavenger hunt in my house where you have to look at the details.
I
Like,
know.
right? Like, no way in hell am I like, go around my house and look at all the details. Like, what the hell? Like, I
Yeah.
mean, you know how like brave and confident you have to be in your cleaning ability to
Yeah.
do that? Like,
Yeah.
it was crazy. I was laughing. I was like, nope. Not doing that ever. That's never a game you're gonna play at my house. We're never gonna do like a scavenger hunt to find
No.
anything. No, we're gonna be like, look at the big stuff. Look over here. Look over here. Don't look down. So that was pretty fun. But Emily and I won last year for um, what most labor intensive, and so this year we had to like bring our game, and we had no clue what we were gonna do until the night before. So Saturday night, and we were out at a formal until 11. So
Yeah.
we were pressed for time for sure. So we had to do we did the abominable snowman from Rudolph, and we made
So cute.
like snowballs. Okay, so this is my sister. This is how confident my sister is in me. I'm sending her ideas for cookies, and I send her these little like Oreo balls that you roll up and then you dip them in white chocolate and you decorate them as a snowman. So I send her the picture, and she's like, "Absolutely not. Those are hideous. Do not do those. You cannot do that." And I'm like, "Thanks." She's like, if that's the picture, these kids have never played Play-Doh in their life. They're not even a real ball.
This lady, whoever made those cookies, literally had never played Play-Doh in their life. They were definitely deprived of Play-Doh because their balls were lacking so bad.
Carly's like, if this is the picture they chose for Pinterest, do not do it because yours will not look
No,
anything like it.
no, nailed it.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're like pressed for time, and we started at 4 o'clock. We had to be at the party at 6:30. We had to make 2 sweatshirts, 60 cookies, and a display. And so Emily started on making the cookies. They were crackers dipped in white chocolate, like peanut butter crackers dipped in white chocolate. And then I started the backboard. And then Jake comes down at some point, and literally there's felt, paint, chocolate, sprinkles, hair, like everywhere. And he just walks in casually, and he's like, how's it going, girls? And Emily starts doing the British accent from the British Bake Off. She's like, we're really pressed for time, and we don't know what the competitors are doing, and we haven't talked to each other in 15 minutes. Like, she goes through this whole thing. And we have like, it's at that crunch time. I'm like, we're supposed to be getting dressed to go to the party, and we're still finishing up. But we
that's
made
like
it.
that's when you work your best. Like you do your best work when it's crunch time and you're
Yeah.
like, shit, I really got to get this done. Like,
I know.
but you really put your game face on and you nail it every time. Like, I'm so shocked. I'm like, you have 2 hours to do all this. How are you going to make this?
I
And
know.
You do. You pull it off.
Well, it's funny because at the party, somebody ordered the nutcracker that you have to paint. And I guess it's a big one. They come white. And she did like a poll of how long it took people to paint the nutcracker. And they said, how many hours do you think it would take to paint that nutcracker?
4.
Like 4 hours? 50. 50 hours.
50 hours?
Yeah, that's what they said. 50 hours was a poll. So the
Wow.
lady's like, you know what I did? She's like, you got to painting because it's almost Christmas? And she's like, no, I returned them.
50 hours? Like
50 hours.
Seems a little excessive. You
Well,
must be a really slow painter if you're doing that.
Yeah, and then they were looking at me, and they were like, well, how long do you think it takes? And I'm like, oh, no, don't ask me. Like, I'm like, I pulled all this together in 2 hours. Like, I'm really not the one to ask. But yeah, so that was pretty fun. But
So then you had a formal to go to, right?
yeah, so we did a hot cocoa bar Saturday afternoon. So we set up the hot cocoa bar. That was so fun. All the kids coming, getting hot cocoa. It was 70 degrees, so we had a little competition with the slushy machine. I was like, yeah, I get it. Slushies sound way better than hot cocoa. I'm like, I'm sweating. So, so then we went to the formal. Well, so Emily was my date because Jake couldn't go. So we get all dressed up, and I'm like, my mom, I had to wear sneakers because I can't wear heels yet with my surgery. Yeah. So I found the cutest pink sneakers match my dress. I was like, I'm super in. And Mom said, well, are you worried about wearing sneakers to a formal? And I'm like, no, I'm going with Emily. Like, no one's even going to know that I'm alive. Yeah, they're not even going to notice I'm there, let alone I'm wearing sneakers. So we pull up, and like, you know, it's valet. So the first valet kid to tell us which way to go, he looks in the window, looks straight past me, and is talking to Emily. And I'm like, hi, I'm driving. Like, I'm the one paying. You should probably tell me where to go. And then we pull up, and there's all these valet guys. Of course, not one of them even knows I'm alive, you know. But so it was so fun. So the point that Carly's getting to is I can do this, and I can talk in front of a whole room of people, no problem. I've never been afraid of big rooms of people, public speaking, anything like that. But if I get in front of a microphone, I get really, really like clammed up. So my microphone is actually pretty far from me because I can't actually look at it, or I'll get like stressed out and I can't talk, which is super weird. But if you add singing on top of that, I'm out. Like I have straight nightmares about singing and not knowing the words and being in a play. And I would much rather be on stage naked than be up there to have to sing in front of somebody. And that says a lot because I'm not as cute as I used to be. So that's a lot. So we're so we're at this party and it's for all the agents and their plus one. And so we're standing at like the edge of the stage. And I'm talking to a group of people. And it's a live band, and she's singing "I'm Every Woman" from Shania Twain. Well, so bad. So we're kind of like dancing and singing,
No,
you know.
they're singing "Man, I Feel Like a Woman," right?
Oh yeah. That's the one. Man, I feel like a woman. See,
Yeah.
it's gonna be bad. So 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 we're just talking and visiting and kind of dancing and just visiting with each other and like
Wait,
singing the main parts.
I started singing in my head. Oh, man.
Yeah, I totally blew that one. It's not that song. It's Shania Twain's song. But see, Carly has no problem
I feel
singing.
like a woman.
See, no problem. Carly sings all the time. No problem. But me, no. I don't sing at church. I don't sing in front of people. I've never done karaoke. I've never had enough alcohol to do karaoke. I've never, like, that's just not my thing. So all of a sudden, the music gets really loud. And we turn, and the singer is right next to us, like in between my friend and I. And
It was
she's
a live band, like
a live band, so she's definitely singing. And now the video is in front of us with the lights and everything. And so we're like, okay, I guess I'm dancing and singing along with her. Like, and at one point I'm like, oh, okay, I don't know the words anymore. Like I don't, I only know the.
Cut the tape. Cut the tape. I don't know the words.
It's kind of going on for a while. Like I'm not getting paid
I'm
to be the
lip
band.
singing now.
Yeah, I'm watermelon. Like, yeah. I mean, I'm like, okay, that's good. Like, you got your 2 minutes of video. Like, that's a long time. And she's like, all right, you ready? Go. And she puts the microphone in front of me. And I'm like, I don't even know what happened. I don't know if I think I sang. I'm pretty sure I
said I
sang.
might have blacked out. I'm not sure what even happened.
No, like I think Mom was like, "Well, did you do good?" I'm like, I have no idea. I have no clue. I don't remember it. I started sweating. I'm sweating now. I'm like sweating now thinking about it. My whole body started to sweat. I was like, okay, I can't go to the bathroom for the rest of the night because these Spanx are coming back on. Like I'm out. I had to go sit down. I'm like, Emily, I have to go sit down. I don't feel good. I'm gonna pass out. Like I was so stressed out. And then as I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh God, that's on video for like the whole company. That's gonna be their promo. Like the whole company's gonna see it.
The whole thing. And they're gonna do it at every like conference and everything. They're gonna show the video and say, "Here's our Christmas party."
Yeah, next year. Don't forget to come to the Christmas party. Look how much fun we had. Like, oh gosh. So every time I think about it, I get a little queasy and sweaty because I'm like, that's 900 agents.
What color was your dress? Could you see all your sweat everywhere?
It was pink, thank God, and lacy. So no, I don't think so. I don't know. Who knows? We'll see when the video comes out.
The brawl sweat, the back sweat, your armpits stains.
It's so bad. I mean, the instant.
Man, I feel like a woman.
Yeah, I didn't feel like a woman at all. I felt like a sweaty man. Like for real, dripping sweat. Beads of sweat all over my face. I felt flushed. I was like, I have to sit down.
Like it was 60 degrees in the room.
Oh gosh.
I was like, what's wrong with her? Call 911.
It was so bad. And then after I go and I sit down, I get some water, I pull it together, and they're singing what's this? Boots with the strap.
Yeah, the boots with the fur.
Yeah, boots with the fur, Reeboks with the straps. Yeah. So that song comes on, and so I'm dancing and kind of being silly, and I'm off of the dance floor because I'm not going back on the dance floor. Like that's not happening. Yeah. So I'm off of the dance floor, and Emily's kind of dancing with me, and we're kind of being silly and dancing, And another live band member comes over with the microphone and he's coming at it to my face. And I'm like, no, 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 no. And I just run off. Like, literally just ran. Thank God I was wearing sneakers. Because I just ran. I just left. And I left Emily there. She's like, what? Where did you go? I'm like, no, 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 no. I just ran away. I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. And the guy's face was like, what happened? Like, where did she go? Oh, so that was really fun for me this weekend. That's definitely one of my worst fears, and I unlocked in front of everyone on camera. So that'll be fun to relive over
So
and
you
over.
feel like a woman.
Yeah, I feel like a woman for sure. Well, then we go to that cookie thing last night, and they have a game. It's Christmas carols, and you have to sing the Christmas carols. And so they put you in a group of 4, and I'm like, yo, I suck. I'm not singing. Like, we gotta get out.
Oh yeah. Tell
And
him
so,
about the girl.
yeah, so they go to each one, and I'm like, there's a girl on our team. I met her. I think I met her last year, but I mean, I don't know her. And I'm like, what's your name? And she tells me, and I'm like, okay, you're carrying us. You're carrying our team. She's like, no. So they asked us our name, and I'm like, the Victoria Carolers. She's like, no. So we
Yeah.
start singing carols, and terrible, terrible. Again, I'm reliving this
Did you
nightmare.
sing? Like she doesn't even sing at church. Like she will not sing
Uh-uh.
anywhere.
No, they're like, make a joyful noise for God, and I'm like, no, God knows, He knows. He gave me my talents, and that's not one of them. No, I
Not
know
one
my
of mine
lane.
either, but I still do it.
I didn't want to say it.
It's so funny because I grew up where anytime we were in the car or anything, I would sing and I act out all the words and everything. So mom would just hysterically laugh at me the whole time we drove anywhere we went.
That's
And then
what
I went through
happened.
a
She
phase,
gave you a false sense of confidence.
I guess. Well, then I went through a phase where I started singing to every word. Like you would come say a word and I had the song for it. So then I would just bust out in song wherever we were. Like it would embarrass you guys so bad. And then, and I don't care. Like I can't sing good. My kids yell at me all the time whenever I sing. They're like, "Mom, stop. Terrible, mom." But I still do it. But it's just so funny that you don't. So now you're at this party. You have to do the carol.
Yeah. So they like point to the team and you have to sing it. Like you have to come up with a Christmas carol that nobody else is saying and you have to sing it until they point to the next one. So it could be like the first line, it could be into the chorus, right? So
Oh my gosh.
we're like we're like, oh my gosh, okay, that one's gone. Okay, that one's gone. All of like the typical ones are gone.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, we're gonna sing Drummer Boy. And Emily's like, we're gonna sing All I Want for Christmas. And so they point to us and we start singing Drummer Boy. And Emily's like, all I want for Christmas is my 2 front teeth. She's like, come on, sing with me. Like she's encouraging us. So we're all singing that. And everybody's looking at us in the room like, that's not a Christmas song. And but we were singing it to the tune of I Want a Hippopotamus. So everybody's brain was like, what's happening? And Emily's like, right, come on, keep going with us. And we were eliminated right away. Thank God. I was so excited to be eliminated.
You're like, thank you, Emily. You saved me.
I'm like, I'm out. I'm like, I can't. The pressure is too much.
She's so my niece though, because like we have so much in common. It's so funny. So because I would have chose that too. Like I would have sang that because the hippopotamus one you're telling me, and I'm like, what are you talking about? It's my 2 front teeth. Like I didn't know the hippopotamus one. So Nicole sends it to me in text today so that I could hear it, which I think
Yeah,
I've heard
how
it
do you?
before.
Yeah, I'm like, how
I
do
think
you never
I've
hear
heard
that
it,
before?
but that's not like my go-to whenever you say all I want for Christmas is
Well, and we
my
listened to
2 front
Christmas
teeth.
carols all day. Like we knew that game was coming, so we listened to Christmas carols all day, and we still were terrible. Like we still didn't win. We didn't get past like the first round. I think we sang 2 songs and we were out. But
Oh, that is
yeah,
so fun. That is, I wish I was there. I so wish I was there, gosh, just to watch you run off the dance floor
Oh.
singing no, no, no.
Oh,
And
don't
then
worry. There's a
Emily,
video. Don't worry. You'll see the video.
I
Don't
can't
worry. You
wait.
didn't miss it.
You're gonna have to give us the link for it. 'Cause I want to
I
hear
don't.
it.
I don't know. We'll have to see how it turns out.
You
Look, I'm
gotta
stressed
you
out.
gotta send the link and you gotta send the time of when you were on it.
I'm so stressed out thinking about it. Okay, so here's another. Oh, go ahead. I want you to tell us about. You've had a pretty busy week too. So you tell me about your week,
Yeah.
and then I want to tell you why we named the show.
Well, the very beginning of the week, I was on the phone with you, and we just had all the podcast about the dogs. Well, then I'm driving down the road on 19. It's a busy highway, and all of a sudden I see this dog, and it's little. It's a little like a schnauzer type dog, and it's got a collar on, and I'm like, oh yes, finally a dog with a freaking collar. Like they
I'm
never
like,
have
don't do it.
collars.
Don't do it.
Yeah, she's like talking me out. Well, I pull off. And this dog starts going bananas at me. And I'm like, no, 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 you're okay. You're okay. Come on, get in. Like I'm opening my door trying to get it to come in. And so I pull off and I go to walk towards the dog. And I'm on the phone with Nicole the whole time. And the dog takes off for 19. I'm like, no, 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 no.
No, don't be the reason why you die. I can't be the reason why you die.
Get out running. So this old lady pulls in and she goes, is that your dog? And I'm like, no, I'm trying to catch it. I can't get it. He's just barking, running away. And she goes, oh, like, drives off. I was like, oh.
See, that's where I'm at. That woman has experience. She's like, I'm not doing dogs anymore. I mean, think about it. Like, what if you put this dog in your car and the dog tears up the whole inside of your car? Like, what are you gonna, or attacks you while you're driving? Like, what?
I know. And it probably would have. Like, it was pretty mean. But it looked cute. And it had a cute little color. So I know somebody loves it.
Sweet. It's sweet.
So I was trying to get it because it was on 19. Like, I know my dogs would probably behave the same way if they were, outlaw scared. They'd probably bark and run too, but man,
It's like that guy with the chihuahua when he like pets his chihuahua and it attacks him the whole time.
yeah, yeah. They say you're supposed to go home and to relax, you gotta pet your dog, and yeah, I love that one. That's one of my favorite memes. But yeah, so that happened, and then our mother, she likes to. So there's this. She loves to Facebook shop. So she goes on like
Oh.
Marketplace and like she shops through all the time. Like that's just our go-to. I do it too. But hers, she has set to my zip code. And
Yeah. Well, she has all of our zip codes.
she's in North Carolina. And so she has it set to my zip code and finds stuff, and then she's like, "Hey, do you think I should get this? You gotta go get it for me, or you gotta talk me out of it." And I'm like, "Mom."
I said, Carly, what are you doing? She's like, I'm going to pick up something for mom on Facebook. I'm like, what in the world?
Yeah.
And mom, and then I find out mom left you stuff for it.
Yes, so she literally left me an envelope to have cash for her for when she finds things on Facebook so that I can use it to go buy her stuff and or Venmo because she doesn't want to learn Venmo. So she makes us Venmo the kids and everybody, whatever she needs to Venmo. So it's so funny. She's like, I left an envelope. I'm like,
It's so
Judy.
funny. Yeah, stop, shop. And if you need something, you tell mom that you need something. And she sends you it until you find it. Like, I'm like, for the love of God, stop sending me cars. But then you don't want her to stop because you still need her to do it.
I know. No, I love it, but it's just so funny because she just she'll send you the stuff, but it's the best that she shops for herself in our zip codes to send us. But honestly, I'd rather me do it than my mom go get it, honestly. So it's gotten better. And actually, it's Ted going to get it because I always ask Ted to go pick it up. So I'm like, I'll send my big, strong man to go get it. So I'm not going to any random homes or anything. And then also, this week I made these cute little things we did for Elf on the Shelf and for my cards for my niece and nephews. And I made these little like gumball machines with Skittles in them. I saw them on Facebook. So I wanted to make those. And Mom was at the house, and I'm like, Mom, hey, do you mind doing me a favor? I need to get the caps off of the cans. I want to make those little gumball machines. Well, in my text, she didn't read the gumball machine part. So she goes out and pulls like 43 cans, caps.
And I'm talking to her on the phone. I'm like, what are you doing? And she's like, Carly needs these caps for a project. I don't know what she needs. She's like, there's a lot of them. I don't know what she's making. I think it was 46 is what she counted.
Which I don't know why we had that many. Did we have 40 or I don't know.
I don't know why you had that many, but she dug for those. And then then Carla said, finish my project. And she sends a text, and it's 3 of them.
Mom texts back. She goes, you only needed 3? And I said, no, 4. I had 4.
Her fingers were so sore from pulling them off. Carly used 4.
I was making my gumball machines in there. You thought I was going to make 46 gumball machines?
She's like, I don't know. Maybe she's doing for the teachers or the class. I don't know what she's doing. She just there picking them off like no big deal. Like she gets like hyper focused, and then she just does it.
Oh my gosh, it was so funny. I felt so bad when I got home and that bag was full. I was like, oh, my bad.
You're going to have to make something with it now because you pulled them all.
Well, when I was a kid in high school, I had to do a project, and I actually did. I made a fish with bottle caps. It was really cool.
Oh, yeah, it was really cool. I remember that fish.
So that was pretty cool, but I don't know. I don't think I
You're going to need more than 46 of those for that fish.
Yeah, no, that took hundreds. That was so much. Oh my gosh, it was big. But yeah, so today we're talking to our mother on the phone, and we're all three-way. And Mom is telling me about these reindeer that she wants me to go buy for her off of Facebook. So she goes, well, it's, I don't know, it's kind of far. It's in Ponte Vedra. Vedra. It's in Ponte Vedra.
I don't even know how she says it. She added all these letters to it.
Nicole, I just let her go because she has been saying it this way for years, and I think it's just the cutest thing. Like I don't correct her. Nicole goes, "Where are those reindeer at?" And she like pauses for a minute, like, is she fucking with me or what? Like,
and she realizes that she said it wrong, so now she won't say it. And we're like, if you want us to pick up the deer, you got to tell us what town it's in. How are we gonna know where they are? She's like, PV. It's in PV.
PV. Oh my gosh, it was so funny. And it's
Vedra. She gets like the weirdest words wrong, which are really funny. And like, so there's this town here, and if you see it written out, it's crazy. It's a crazy word. It's Midlothian. And Mom gets it like no problem. Like she's like, oh, it's a Midlothian. I'm like, how? How did you get that? And you can't get Ponte Vedra. Like, I don't get it. Like, and we lived in Ponte Vedra for 20 plus years. Like, it's not like a new town for her. It's not like she doesn't know it. That's where we go to the beach. That's where our friends live. Like, that's everything. So for her to not know how to pronounce it was pretty funny.
Oh, and she's been doing it the whole time. Like, she's never pronounced that right. I've never heard her say it right, ever.
We're so mean to her.
Watch, we'll ask her again later. Watch it tomorrow. She'll still say it the same way. She has been saying it that way for 20 years. I'm not kidding.
She won't say it to me, though. She's so nervous when she talks to me. She's like, I'm like, yeah, watch your words, sister. Watch them.
Yeah. So that happened. And then I think I have one more. So my husband is so sweet. So every time when he cooks, he likes to go all out. Like, he does like all the sides and everything. And like, I make burgers. I'm like, all right, you guys can have some corn with it. Like, I'm like, the burger's pretty filling, right? We have the toppings on it. Like, that's kind of your side to me.
That's pretty funny because Jake, when he makes dinner, he only makes the meat. Like, the kids are like, are there sides? And he's like, nope, just the meat. And he's just eating it. Like, it's... I was at those things this week, and he made pork chops, and I was like, how was it? He was like, good, but I only made pork chops. I'm like, oh, is that why I saw cereal and waffles out? Nate's like, I can't live on the meat alone.
That's so funny. So, yeah, well, Ted's the opposite, and he does the whole shebang. I mean, he had broccoli going. He made steamed broccoli with pepper jack cheese on it. He made asparagus and he made pasta and burgers, right? Well, the last burger, he goes to put the cheese on top and he said it just went right off through the crack into the grill and he was like, oh, that's gonna start fire, right? So we leave it, we go in, we're eating. Well, the grill's kind of like the cheese was a little bit on fire. Well, then it lit. That cheese lit up. Well, then Nolan goes out there and he's spritzing it with the water. Well, now it like makes it worse. So now the fire is spread and it is over the entire grill. There's panic, sheer panic in everybody. It's like, all right, I think I need the baking soda or the powder or something like that, like the flour. And I'm like, I'm getting the baking soda. I'll be right back. So I come out with this little jar of baking soda that I had just by our stove for this reason. So I bring it out, and the fire is above Ted's head. Huge flames, black smoke, the entire grill is taken over. The entire grill.
And you bring out a little tiny jar of baking soda.
All wrong size. I'll be back.
Meanwhile, he's wheeling it into the pool.
He's literally wheeling it away from the house like, oh shit, because that thing was pretty close and those flames were above his head and he's 6 foot. So I run inside, I get the baking soda. Now I have the huge Costco bag of baking soda because I use it in the pool. So I run in, I get that bag and he's dumping. It's like snowed over the grill, but it works. So hey, if you ever catch your grill on fire, get your baking soda because it works.
Mom got us those blankets, those fire blankets for inside for that.
Yeah, well, and that's the first thing you and Mom asked was, did you use the fire blanket? And I was like, hell no, I'm not using that expensive thing on that grill. It couldn't reach the fire because it was all underneath in the pan. So it was like the whole pan underneath, the grease catch was on fire. Everything was on fire. So the grill is black with char, and it is covered with, it looks like it snowed in the grill. Kind of fun. I think I have a picture.
We had a fire on our house in Florida right before we were already under contract. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh wow. I'll put it on our Facebook page too.
It was pretty bad.
But so Emily was sitting at the island. I wasn't home and Jake was cooking, so we had oil on the stove. It was I think it was just a couple weeks before we were supposed to move out. And Emily was sitting there drawing or something, and then all of a sudden the smoke detectors are going off. There's a fire. Jake's upstairs going to the bathroom, so now he's running down the stairs with his pants around his ankles. There's a fire. He's like, why didn't you say anything? Emily said, I thought you were just cooking, because she's so used to me burning stuff that it wasn't even a big deal. Like, she never even, looked up from her paper. There's a full fire on the stove. Burned the microwave up, put smoke on the ceiling. We had to paint the ceiling. We had to go find a new microwave. It was a nightmare. And our house backed up to the main road, so the fire trucks were coming down, and Jake's waving them off. I'm like, I can't even tell you how many times we've had to wave them off. We're like, it's good. It's good. They're like, okay. They just keep going back. Don't come.
I can't imagine why Mom got us those fire blankets.
I know, right?
She's like, I'm going to buy these for all of us.
Yeah. She's like, my grandbabies are in that house.
And every time we're cooking, she goes, you know where the fire blanket is? You know where it is, right? We have to show Mom that we know where it is. She's so paranoid about us burning her house down. Well,
they said, we have a fire extinguisher? I was like, yes. Yes, we do. I'm like, we have a fire ladder, we have a fire extinguisher, we have a fire blanket. Yes, we have all of the above.
Does he know where the ladder is? He should probably know where the ladder is.
Yeah, it's by his room, so he can get out. Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. I'm like, oh, he doesn't know you have an extinguisher.
I'm not going to tell you which child I love the most, but the ladder is right by his room. Oh. Save yourself, baby. To be fair, he's the only one who lives at home now, so that's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Yeah. So, speaking of fire trucks, this reminded me of a funny story with Mom. So, she was at the house, and this was at our old house. In our old house, the garage had the air handler in the garage. Well, one night Ted brings in the trailer, which has a lawnmower on it, which was leaking gas. So the garage smelled like gas. So the air handler was sucking it in the night, and we didn't know it. We didn't know, or it was like a weed eater. Something was leaking gas, and we didn't know it. And we went to bed. Ted woke up at like 4:30 in the morning, and he's like, "Man, it really smells like gas in the house." Like, he was panicked. He woke me up. He's like, "Carly, you smell that?" I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I smell that. It's so crazy." So we go around. We open the windows. We call 911. We're like, "Hey, that is, we're just trying to see, what do we need to do? The house smells like gas." And the lady's like, "Well, get out. You need to get everybody out of the house." And we're like, "No, no, no. It's like gasoline smell in the house, like the air handler." We're trying to explain it to her. She's like, "No, no, no. You need to get everybody out of the house. And there's a truck on the way. They'll be there in 2 minutes." And we're like, "Whoa, wait. No, 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 we're not ready." Like, Ted's not dressed. I'm in my pajamas. Like, Mom was sleeping in our back room, and the boys were across the way from her. Well, because our guest room and our boys' room were at the other end of the house, and they had all the dogs in their rooms. Well, the lady's on the phone. She's like, "They're on their way. They're turning on your street now." And I'm like, "No, no, wait. Are they coming with their lights on and like sirens? Like, we don't need all that." And she's like, "I'll let them know they don't need you." And I'm like, "Okay." So they show up. We're still trying to get dressed, and they're coming into our house. There was like 8 guys on this truck, and they're all trying to walk into the house. Well, what do you know? They don't have the gas reader on this truck. So now they bring a second fire truck with the lights blazing. We're in a neighborhood, like a busy neighborhood, and everybody's like waking up and texting us and stuff. And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, what is happening?" So there's literally 8. I'm like, 8 guys in our house, walking our house, and we're like, and I'm like, "No, no, no, don't go in those rooms. The dogs are in there. Don't go in there." And Mom never once woke up. She had no idea. I took pictures
She
and
still
video.
doesn't believe that happened.
I took pictures and video to prove to her that it happened, because I'm like, "I swear, we had 8 firemen in this house."
Ted looks
Like,
down. He's like, "Carly, do you have lipstick on?" Are you? Did you put on like nice clothes? What's happening?
I was so mortified. I didn't even notice the guys. I was like, "There's 2 fire trucks out front of my house. My dogs are about to all go crazy. My kids, because the kids were little, and Grandma's back there. She had no clue. She was like, "Oh
Yeah,
my
because
gosh, are
once
you
you wake
asleep?"
up little ones, they don't go back to bed. Like
No, and it was
you're might as well
4:30 in
you're
the
just
morning.
up. Yeah, you're up for the
Yeah,
rest of the day.
yeah.
Yeah.
And surely I was like, "I know I'm not going back to sleep now. Not with all this shit going on."
Yeah. We had so here's a public announcement for you. You're welcome. When your fire smoke detectors are end of life, they beep like 5 times. Beep 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 beep. Like they beep, right? They don't
Yeah.
do like the one beep. It's like 3 or beeps or whatever. So one starts doing that, and so we change the battery. And, it's not like easy, right? It's never in the middle of the day. It's always at night. It's always beeping. Everybody's
Yeah.
got something the next day. Like we had to be like, "Nate, just sleep downstairs because we can't find it. We don't know what's happening." So Nate slept down in the guest room because we couldn't find the one upstairs. And you have to have people in every room listening, right? And it's so loud,
Yeah.
but yet
Yeah.
you can't hear where it's coming from.
Right. Every time.
Yeah. So we had to change all of the smoke detectors in the house. So no big deal. We're good, right? Well, the other day, it was actually, thank God it was in the middle of the day, and it was like beep 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 beep, and we're like, we must have missed one, right? So now we're like, Jake and I are going around the house, and we're both late, so we were like, okay, we have to find it. So
Mhm.
we're standing there, and he's like, "Is it in that room? Is it in that room?" Well, it was our carbon dioxide monitor that we have
Yeah.
on the wall. It was
Yeah.
at its end of life. So all of the smoke detectors, we already changed 3 batteries before we figured that out. And so I take it off and I disarm it because like you have to put the pin in and it disarms it, and so it's completely off. Well, it's still beeping, and we're like, we cannot figure out where it's coming from. I was holding it
The
the whole
what?
time. I was holding the carbon dioxide monitor that was beeping.
So you're just walking
Jake's
in
like,
every
"Are
room
you
going,
kidding me?" I've changed out 3 batteries and it's you're carrying it. I'm like, it's disarmed. And then it goes beep, beep, beep. I'm like, son of a bitch. It's the whole time I'm carrying it. And I'm like, I don't know which one it is. It's got to be this one. So he replaced, not even just a battery, he replaced a whole smoke detector with a brand new one because we had like 3 extra from when we switched them. And he's like, are you kidding me? I'm like, sorry.
So what else? I don't
Well,
know. I think that's it. All I have for this week.
I'll tell you, what are you guys doing this week? What time, when the boys get out of school, is their last week of school?
It's their last week, yeah. This week they have all the fun stuff and the parties and the gift exchange. So I'm trying to get on top of it. I finished a project this weekend. That was fun. Maddox helped me, kinda.
Oh, yeah. Kind
You
of
had to
helped
hear
you.
me.
Whose project
You had
was
to
it,
hear me on
yours
the
or
phone.
Maddox?
I said this damn kid is frolicking around the house while I'm cutting these things. Oh my gosh. Oh, bless his
So
heart.
I'm not really sure what I do, but I know what Carly does. When Carly get overwhelmed, she lays down on the couch. She's like, I can't keep my eyes open. I just gotta sleep.
I know.
She's like Shaka from Land of the Lost. Every time something stressful comes, Carly's like asleep. We're like, we know you're awake, Shaka. Wake up.
I do. I don't know why. It's like my safety. I don't know. I get stressed out. I go to sleep.
No, I wouldn't. I have like 1,000 things in our house to do. I mean, I haven't even started Christmas shopping. I have one Christmas present. That's it. And that's it. It's a week before Christmas. I have one.
Yeah, but
And
in your
there's
defense, like you had a lot of stuff to do. Like
yeah.
you were painting a lot of bottles
I've been
and
painting.
jackets and pants, and you've been busy.
I've been painting to midnight every night. So I've been up painting a lot.
Yeah.
I can paint a reindeer in my sleep. Like I'm
Yeah, like you haven't had time to shop for anything.
I could paint a reindeer and a Grinch in my sleep, which was so funny because we did that party and I thought it was going to be a big hit, and my bottles were the last ones on the table. I was like, oh, there's nothing like a gut punch when your artwork is the last one on the table in a gift exchange. You're like, son of a bitch, maybe I should rethink it because I'm already going to another party and I already painted the 3 bottles for the party. Now I'm like, crap, do I bring it? Oh, I know what I was going to tell you. So freaking funny. Okay. And I don't think she's ever going to listen, so it's fine. So we're at one of the gift exchange. It's like my favorite party of the year. This party, and the hostess is unbelievable. Like, I mean, it's just absolutely gorgeous. Everything is so good. The food, just everything about it. I love it. I love all the people there. So I look forward to this party every year, and I buy my gifts like months in advance because I want to win. And there's some really good stuff there. I have not won yet. I thought this year I was clenched with the bottles. I was like, hand-painted bottles, come on. Oh, that was her second one. The first one I brought pillows, and they didn't go over well. But they have in the past, but they, again, last things on the table. I was like, son of a bitch. Like, I want to win. And so there was this gift that everybody wanted, and the last round of the gift is like the white elephant. So it can get stolen, and then the third time it's locked. Well, you're supposed to like hold it in your lap, and you when they say what's available, you hold it up to show everybody what's available. Well, not everybody does that. They like hide it and tuck it away and whatever. So this woman had like one of the best gifts. And so she went and hid like in the hallway down, and this house is huge. So like down in the kitchen around the hallway. Well, I'm watching her the whole time because I'm like, I want that. And I know it has one more steal. And I'm the second to the last one. So like, I'm like, I got it, like golden. So I'm not even pointing her out because I'm like, she's just holding my gift for me until the end. So my turn, I go and I get the gift. And she's so mad because she totally thought she was in the clear.
She knew what she was doing. Yeah.
She knew what she was doing. And it's all in fun, right? Like, I mean, it's all fun because it's not anything you can't live without. But
Yeah.
Anyway, so I get the gift. I'm so excited, which has been fantastic, by the way. It's magnesium butter that you put on your feet to help you stay sleeping, and it is so good.
It
But
is.
it's so good. But so I get it. Well, the only thing left on the table is the gift she brought. And like she's mad about it. It was hot cocoa and to-go cups. I'm like, really? And you're mad? Like you're supposed to bring your favorite thing. Like bring your favorite thing. I would be happy to go home with my stuff. But I laughed
Hot
so hard.
cocoa
I
and
mean,
to-go cups.
yeah.
And
And
that's
I
like a
guess,
prestige party too. It's not like
yeah,
that's
dude, they're
like
like no joke.
prestigious.
Like
Like they're yeah.
it's a
She brought
$20.
hot cocoa in a cup, to-go
I'm like, what
cup.
kind of hot cocoa is that? Because it's a $20 like like per item. And
Yeah.
these women don't play. Like I don't. I mean, there might be 3 items there that are $20, and there was 46 people. So I
Yeah.
mean, there's like I mean, I get earrings and perfume. There's lip. I mean. Stuff that I would never buy myself. I'm like, I freaking love this party because I get to learn all these fun things. But I laughed so hard. I was like, oh man. And the hostess was so sweet. She kept it and gave her a different gift. I was like, man, because she was like, well, you want to go with your own
That's her
party.
favorite thing.
Yeah,
You
like
should've
it's
went
fine. But I can't even say anything because my gifts were the last one on the table. I was like, damn it. Come on.
Well, to be fair though, I don't think you should have brought those to that party because wasn't that a Mormon? Like everybody was Mormon there.
Yeah, well
Most of
the
them,
one is, but it's
but
that
most of them
one
don't
nobody
even drink.
drinks at the, yeah, nobody drinks at the one party, and then the other party they do. And so I brought him to the party that everybody drinks at. I brought him to the
Drinks.
realtor
Okay.
party.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
we all the realtors drink. So,
Okay.
but it was just funny. I was like, oh
I was
man,
gonna say you brought the wrong gift to the wrong party, but never mind. It was fine.
I don't
You
know.
brought.
I brought the pillows to the other one, and they were not a big hit. I was like, these are freaking $50 pillows I bought last year. Like I didn't come skimp. Like these are good. Like they were wool pillows. The
Yeah,
hell do I got
they
to do
were
to win?
nice. They were really cute.
They were really cute.
And you had a cute bag and everything. You had other stuff in there too.
Yeah, I
Cute.
can't win. So I'm going to another favorite things party. So we'll see how late
This year?
Yeah,
Good night. You have gone to so many. Holy
I'm
moly.
popular.
It's popularity.
Popular. Okay, so this would be a good way to end our show tonight. Um, so I'm so excited. I don't get to see the comments. I actually realize I can see them now, but I don't ever get to see the comments. And I'm so excited to get comments because that lets us know that people are watching and we're, interactive. So I go back and I stumble upon the history and I get to see the comments, and we got our first random listener that's not one of our friends or family, and he left us a comment, and I was so excited to see it. And it was this podcast would be great if you just didn't speak at all.
Who does that?
I was so excited to get the comment. I was like, I felt like we made it. Like somebody's shit talking us. Like I feel good about it. Like you listened.
It really is, though. I mean, you're gonna have haters, and if we didn't, if it wasn't anybody else listening but just our friends and family, then we wouldn't,
Which we're very, very grateful for. I'm so glad. Keep listening. But
yes, no, but I mean, you know what I mean. You feel like you've gone
this
further.
went out, went out past our sphere of influence.
Yes.
Like somebody was randomly listening, and then I was like, the only thing I could think was, oh, you listened.
That's funny because my first thought was he's probably got a small penis.
you're like, oh, you don't have anything else better to do. But I was laughed so hard. I told Nate, I was like, Nate, I got my first comment, and I told him, and Nate's my sweet, loving, he would never say anything to hurt my feelings, and he spit at me laughing. He was like, I'm sorry. I'm like, I know it's funny. So I thought it was fitting to name our show this. But the thing about it is it's pretty funny is one of the things that I get told a lot is oh, you're doing a podcast. I always wanted to do a podcast. You know, and I thought, oh my gosh, yeah, like this is freaking hard sometimes because you have to know how to do all this stuff. And I wouldn't be able to do it without Jake. So,
Yeah. And I wouldn't be able to do it without y'all.
yeah, I mean, so it's like there's so much behind the scenes and stuff. And I thought, you know, of course our podcast is not perfect. Obviously, we don't, you know, but we're building up to it. But you know what? I'm like, if we don't do it, we'll never do it. And then we'll be one of those people that say, I really always wanted to do that. So I'm just encouraging you, if you want to do a podcast, if you want to do something, just do it. Let it be bad. Who cares if it's bad?
Worst case scenario, then you have all your funny stories with your sister for the rest of your life. Like, they're all recorded.
And so what if it's bad? It'll get better. Like, we're bound to get better. Like, we have to get better. But, I mean, and I'm having the best time. I laughed the whole time, even when I listened back to it, because I was like, let me go listen back to it and make sure, like, it wasn't really sucky. And I giggled through the whole thing. And they're my damn stories. And I laughed. I was like, oh, suck it. But
hey, blocking out the haters.
If I ever let the haters stop me, I would never have done anything. I definitely wouldn't be painting. It's so bad. Oh gosh.
Maybe you should pick up singing.
No, you just want me to be tortured. I actually think I'm halfway decent at art, and I still can't sell shit. So I don't know. I did have an order for those bottles. They were really cute.
Mm-hmm.
But
they were. I'm your biggest fan. I'm telling you, I am.
No, I think Bree is definitely my biggest fan. Bree takes the cake on how many art pieces she has of mine.
I have a lot of yours. How many do I have around my house? I have 3.
I think Bree has I think she has 3 just in her living room.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I was trying to think of what I had. Well, I love you, sister. This was so fun.
Love you too. Hey, Merry Christmas, everybody. We'll we're gonna have a special guest with us next week. We're not sure how that's gonna work out. We'll let you know, but we'll definitely have a guest with us next week. And thanks for listening. Always like, subscribe, comment. We love to see your comments. Even if they're bad, we'll take it. It still means you listen.
We just block out the haters. It's fine.
But hey, it can only make us better. So we love y'all. Have a great Merry Christmas, and we'll talk to you soon.